The call that came too late. In the quiet town of Everwood, nestled between rolling hills and ancient forests, lived a young woman named Clara. Clara's life was marked by routine. She woke early each morning, tended her small garden, and worked at the local library, where the scent of old books and the gentle hush of turning pages created a world of calm and comfort. To the townsfolk, Clara was kind but reserved, always ready with a smile, yet quietly carrying a heaviness that few understood. Clara's world revolved around her mother, Evelyn, a gentle soul who had raised her alone. Their bond was unbreakable, forged through years of laughter, tears, and unwavering support. But as the seasons slipped by, Evelyn's health began to fade. Her once bright eyes lost some of their spark, and her lively spirit grew subdued beneath the weight of illness. Clara stood steadfast by her mother's side, tending to her every need, but she could not shake the fear that time was slipping out of her grasp. One evening, as a storm brewed outside and rain drummed against the windows, Clara sat by her mother's bedside. Evelyn, sensing her daughter's worry, reached for Clara's hand and squeezed it gently. "Promise me something," she whispered, her voice frail but resolute. "Don't let your life pass you by in regret. If there's something you want to say, or someone you wish to reach out to, don't wait. Time is a gift, my dear. Don't waste it." Clara nodded, blinking back tears, unsure of how to carry such advice. That night, she couldn't sleep. Her thoughts wandered to her estranged father, a man she had not spoken to in over a decade. Hurt and pride had built walls between them, and over the years, silence had become their only communication. Clara had often thought of reaching out, of bridging the chasm that separated them, but the words always caught in her throat. The next morning, after a restless night, Clara decided to write a letter. She poured her heart onto the page, expressing the pain of abandonment, but also her longing for reconciliation. Folding the letter with trembling hands, she placed it in an envelope, intending to mail it after work. But fate is often unkind to those who wait. That afternoon, as Clara finished shelving books at the library, her phone rang. A voice on the other end delivered the news that her father had passed away unexpectedly. The world seemed to tilt on its axis. The letter lay unread on her kitchen table, a call that came too late. Grief washed over Clara, mingled with regret. She mourned not just the loss of her father, but the years that could never be reclaimed, the words that would never be spoken. For days, she drifted through life in a haze, haunted by the memory of what could have been. But in the depths of sorrow, Clara remembered her mother's words. She realized the lesson was not just about lost opportunities, but about courage. It was about the power of reaching out, of choosing connection over pride, of speaking from the heart before the chance is gone. With renewed determination, Clara began to change. She reached out to old friends, apologized for past misunderstandings, and forgave those who had hurt her. She spoke openly with her mother, sharing stories and laughter, cherishing every moment together. The walls she had built around her heart began to crumble, replaced by a newfound sense of peace. Clara's story became a quiet inspiration in Everwood. People noticed the change in her, the lightness in her step, the warmth in her smile. She encouraged others to speak their truth and to make the calls they had been putting off. For Clara had learned, sometimes in the hardest way, that the only thing worse than saying the wrong words is saying nothing at all. And in honoring her mother's wisdom, she found the courage to live without regrets, embracing every fleeting, precious moment life had to offer.